Hello, welcome to Against All Odds once again on Tregang TV. Last weekend was a disaster for us. We didn't do quite well with some of the games we called on the show. The likes of Barcelona, PSG, really messing up big time. But then we're back again to do better this time around. I'm Deji. I'm doing this with Dami. Welcome. Dami, let's start off as usual in English Premier League. Cardiff City are up against Liverpool. Both teams coming off wins in the Premier League. But then this time around, we think it will be about the goals. Over 1.5, that's what we're calling.
Yeah, over 1.5. Liverpool are a side that can't seem to stop scoring. They're marching towards the Premier League title as well. They've scored in the last 7 games in the Premier League. And you'd expect goals to be there, 1.5.
Yeah, Liverpool have been scoring for fun lately. All right, then, Dami, let's leave the Premier League and move on to Serie A. There's Inter Milan versus AS Roma. Inter Milan, pretty good record against AS Roma at home. And we think they will at least avoid defeat this time around again.
Yeah, Inter Milan, they've been having a good against AS Roma as of late. Roma, they've lost 2 of their last 3 games in the Serie A, and Inter Milan also, the last 3 games in the Serie A against Roma, they've not lost, drawing 2 and winning 1 of those 3 games.
Yeah, so they're playing against the side they can't just lose against. We think they will not lose against them. All right, then, so let's move on to Spain, Dami. There's Barcelona. They're up against Real Sociedad. They're coming off the amazing 3-0 victory over Manchester United and a semi-final berth in the Champions League, looking to complete the treble as well. We think they'll be better this time around than last weekend against Huesca. They should be able to get a win against Real Sociedad.
Barcelona playing at home against Real Sociedad. They've been in fantastic form in the league. Only Atletico Madrid have a better home record than Barcelona this season, so a win shouldn't be difficult for them.
They have a good record against Real Sociedad as well, winning the last 6 meetings between these two sides. Real Sociedad don't travel well. A side that haven't gotten a victory in the last 6 years. So all of this just pointing towards a Barca win. In Germany, there's Bayern Munich up against Werder Bremen, fighting for the title, of course, against Borussia Dortmund. There's so much to play for. But we're playing it safe at the Allianz Arena. Bayern Munich to avoid defeat against Werder Bremen.
Yeah, Bayern Munich, they can't afford to drop any more points at this stage of the season, heading for the Bundesliga title. And against Werder Bremen, they've won all of the last 8 games against Werder Bremen. So we're thinking they shouldn't fall to a defeat. So either a win or draw should be good for them.
Yeah, seems good. They have a good record against Werder Bremen, of course, at least. We'll stick with that one. Let's move on to France. There's Lille against Toulouse. Lille were emphatic last weekend against PSG, got a 5-1 victory. So we think the goals will flow this time around. They have a player who's on form as well, Nicolas Pepe. Over 1.5, that's a call.
We're going for 1.5 there. Coming off the back of scoring 5 goals against PSG. They'll be brimming with confidence, thinking they can get the goals. Only PSG have got more goals in the league than them this season. So 1.5 should do it for us.
Seems fair to call the goals on that one. And then last but not the least, in the Dutch Eredivisie, there's PSV versus ADO Den Haag. We're sticking with the PSV win. They're chasing the title, but now in second. So we think they should be able to go for all 3 points.
Yeah, PSV chasing the title. They can't afford to draw points also. PSV, they have the best home record. They're playing at home, so we expect them to get a win. It shouldn't be difficult.
Yeah, shouldn't be too difficult for them. Let's move on to our goal scorers. We'll start off in the Premier League. The top scorer in the league, of course, joint top scorer with Mohamed Salah. But Sergio Aguero, that's the man we're sticking with for Manchester City. He should be able to bag one. He's playing against Spurs, but he has a pretty good record against Spurs.
Well, one goal scorer that's been in very good form whenever he plays at home is Sergio Aguero. He's scored 8 goals in his last 5 games for Manchester City. Is joint top scorer with Mohamed Salah in the Premier League, so he should be getting the goal against Tottenham this weekend.
Damn, last weekend was a mess for PSG. Kylian Mbappe didn't get to score. He got an assist, of course, but this time around we're banking on him to score as PSG look to seal the title. They should be, getting off the poor result from last weekend, and if they will get something, I think Kylian Mbappe is the man for them.
Yeah, he's the go-to guy for PSG. He's also been in outstanding form. He has 9 goals, top scorer in the league, 9 goals in his last 8 league games for PSG, and he's also the top scorer, so he should be among the goals this weekend.
Yeah, and then there's Karim Benzema. Yeah, bit of a tough call, but we're sticking with him nonetheless. He's been in decent form for Real Madrid lately. We think, if there's anyone to get a goal for Real Madrid, Benzema.
Yeah, Benzema is been the one carrying Real Madrid on his back with his goals. Is also been scoring. Only Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi of Barcelona have scored more goals than the Frenchman this season in the league. So with Barcelona, whenever Real Madrid looking to get goals, he's the one that could get it for them.
Yeah, seems a bit tricky, that one, but we're sticking with it nonetheless. Remember that you could subscribe to us at Tregung TV. Hit the notification button as well, so that you can get all our videos as they come through. Thank you so much for watching. Call your friends to subscribe as well, and have yourself a great weekend.